Ahoy, mateys. I kept trying to go live, and it would say, okay, go live, with the question mark. I'd hit that, and it would disappear. So I did that 3 times, but finally it worked. Don't ask me what's going on. I got to complete a survey for the Shift Smart thing. It only takes a minute. They want to know if I'd work here again. Was there anything I needed? Yeah, more help. More help and free coffee. No, they gave me free coffee. And water, too. So Circle K water. All right. As more stock keeps coming in. But I went and got you a lucky dog card, Roy. Are you here yet? All right. Overall, it went good. Submit. Would I work for that manager again? Yes. Yes, it was consistent. No, I didn't need anything. This place could shine. Yeah, right. It looks like a Dollar General on stock day. I swear, Dollar General, they finally get their stock put away and the truck comes again. I don't think they're ever done putting away stock. Same thing with this store here, Circle K. Thank you for completing our survey. Yes, you're welcome. So, welcome aboard, mateys. Permission to come aboard, Jill. And welcome aboard. Don't just say that. Yeah. Ringo is already guessing. Is it Mobang's channel? No, it's not. The feature channel is Van Lifer. Yeah, I don't fly either, Sonia, with a J. Somebody said that I should, it was Brene. She said, park the truck somewhere where it's safe, and fly to Michigan, buy another truck. Yeah, that's a long ways. Where would I stay on the way back? Because my camper would be here. They won't let me bring the camper on the airplane. I'm hoping. Somehow it's kind of starting to lean towards getting this thing welded, and maybe it will make it back to Michigan. I don't know. Oh, no, it's not Tina's channel. That's a good guess, though, because, minivan. You must have seen that in the description, #minivan. Georgianne, welcome aboard. She's saying hi to JW, and I think she's saying hi to me. But I know she means Jill. Jill and I share the same proper initials, if you will. JW. Mine's JW also. Just crazy. All right. Sleep in the new truck. Yeah. Yeah, that would be a good thing. Maybe get a crew cab or a 4-door, anyways. Layover in Vegas. No, in Vegas. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. careful. They do have slot machines at the airport in Nevada. Let me know if I have to come up there and get you. I'm doing good, Edward. How was your trip? Are you back in the United Kingdom now, or are you still in the States? We were wondering about you. Somebody asked about you this morning. Feel young again. Hey, I slept in the front seat just like this. You know, took your suggestion. I piled up coats on either side of me for warmth and slept right here in the front seat. And every now and then start the engine to warm it up. I was doing that still down in Florida because it would get cold. Pensacola, Florida, I had to do that. I slept in the parking lot at Walmart. It didn't feel right. So it seemed like a lot of hoodlums around there. So I didn't go in the camper. I stayed up front and just kind of keep an eye on things. And I didn't, needless to say, I didn't sleep all that well, but I did get some sleep. But now when it gets chilly, like today is chilly. Well, it's not that bad. Let's see what the temperature is. Back home in the United Kingdom, okay. Temperature is 56. So it's not chilly. It just feels that way. I don't know, rainy, kind of cloudy, dreary, whatever. But now the heater's gone out again, so I don't have the heat. I'm hoping not to need it ever in this truck. Regular cab 1500 been sitting in storage a year. That might be worth thinking about there, Kyle. That just might be worth thinking about. Text me more information on it when you get a chance. Because I don't know. As said, I may just try to get this thing welded together and limp it along, and it may end up back in Michigan. I think I do know how to fix the heater too, if I have to. It is what it is. Jill, I'm on a wing and a prayer. I'm not driving. God is driving. I was going to junk it, basically, and put the camper on another truck. But it turns out that this other truck that doesn't have a title, because it's a classic truck, they want $500 surety bond to make sure it's not stolen and blah, 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 blah. I think it's a racket that they got going now. And I can't call up Michigan and say, hey, fax me down a surety bond for this truck. No. Oh, I could call up my insurance company in Michigan and get a surety bond from them, which I'd have to wait for it in the mail because the ADOT, Arizona Department of Transportation, they want an original copy for this surety bond. So I basically would have to get it locally. On prayer since I left. You're right, Joe. Your cousin's old company truck. Okay. It's probably got drywall dust all through it. Which wouldn't bother me. I'm used to dust now out here in the desert. Hey, what's that new? It's wallboard, but it's not gypsum. It's not drywall. It's a polypropylene truss master, or anyways, they asked me if you were ordained, or if you have been trained how to install it. It from the looks of it, it goes up like vinyl siding. You use J channel, and it goes up a piece at a time. The pieces can be this wide, or narrow. Kind of interesting. It can be hung vertically as well. Carol Walters is here. Welcome aboard. Nancy Drew. Where is Roy? Earlier live, one letter was all I could do, and it took me 10 minutes to keyboard and your phone would disappear. Wow. I wondered what was going on, Carol. Because like when we first started, you put in a Z. Well, I thought, okay, Z for snoring. And later on, you put in a C, and I didn't know what that was for. Copy that. If you would put an R, I would have said, Roger that. Then later on, you had, I don't know what you had. Oh, an X. So I thought you were throwing me a kiss. Glad you got your phone working again, though. Hey, tenacity is worth everything. Just keep at it until something works. United Kingdom is quite quiet, but New York is mental, not as busy as in on the road. Wow. Renee is here. Welcome aboard. Now we have to differentiate which Carol we're talking to. Is it Carol S or Carol W? Just like when we have both Nancys in the house. Over the hill, or not over the hill. Our treasured home, OTH. We have Nancy Drew, and then Nancy Adams. She rewatched one of the lives from the other day. And I wanted to get her to say on her own lives. She didn't say it, and I don't think she's actually seen mine where I referenced her. You know how she says, baby goat, baby goats? I was trying to get her to say baby sheeps, baby sheeps. She didn't catch on. Steve's here. Yeah, it's right. It's right, Steve. Yeah, I made an extra $20 tonight. This great big old beautiful Chevrolet, 4-wheel drive, 3/4 ton. I mean, huge. He had his Harley Davidson in the back of it. Wouldn't start. It's sitting here at the gas station with the hood open. Wouldn't start. He put his booster on it. Wouldn't start. So I said, maybe I could jump him. Have you got cables? He said, no, I don't have cables. I said, well, let me try to find mine. Sure enough, I found mine actually quite quickly. I didn't know I was that organized, but I would find my jumper cables and pull this POS next to his wonderful looking, beautiful white Chevy truck and jump start it, easy peasy. And he forced money on me. I'm like, come on, it's all right. But he was very, very pleased, blessed, and I feel blessed too. And sometimes, you got to swallow it. When somebody throws money at you, take it. Don't piss them off. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. And yeah, it was a blessing. I went in, it reminded me, oh yeah, go buy Roy his winning ticket. It's another one of the lucky dog ones, only this is a blue one. So we'll see. Oh goodness. So yeah, a little over 4 hours today. So that'll be almost $60. What's the deal with the other truck? I don't know, Carol. It's it's a surety bond that's got me muzzled. I put a battery in it, and it started. I actually need to put this battery in that truck and put that battery back in this truck, because the new truck, new to me, needs a heavier duty battery because the engine is bigger. That one has the 350 in it, and from what I understand, it needs higher cranking amps. So this one should do it. This one's got 750 cranking amps. The other one I bought only is 500. So it does make a difference. But yes, we started that truck, and boy, does it sound pretty. You know, just a beautiful 350 with you know, the cats are gone, been replaced with thrush mufflers, whatever, cherry bombs. I don't know. It's got a nice sound to it. It needs 2 front shock absorbers. It needs a few other minor things. I put in a new ignition key. Otherwise, you had to start it with a pair of pliers. But no, it's got a new ignition key in it now. And plus, I made a down payment on it. So I'm into it for $300 and some odd right now. But this surety bond, the owner can't afford the surety bond. I can't afford the surety bond. And even if we split it, it's still a little bit much money. So we'll see. You know, maybe what I have to do is get this thing welded and get the surety bond, this and that, and then maybe I'll have to drive this truck to Texas and back. You know, that's a 2,000-mile round trip. Llano, Texas from Parker, Arizona is 16 hours, 1,006 miles. So, you know, I'm figuring 3 days. I know, 16 hours. You know, you can drive that all at once. No, I'm not going to. But then, you know, come back here after the eclipse is done, and so that'd be mid-April. I'm sure I can pick up work here again, whereas where Lely is in Llano, Texas, there's no Circle K's down there. I could maybe go up to Waco by Ron. I know there's Circle K's up there, and park in his driveway for a while. And then maybe, yeah, closer to the end of April, buzz over here, buy the other truck, and do all the work getting the camper moved from one to the other. I do have a place where I can scrap this one. Maybe I'd take the radio out of it and put it in the other one, the 79. I know, 79 to 80, or this is a 2004, and put the radio into a 79 Chevy. That's not going to fit. Well, yeah, somebody carved out the center of the dashboard in the 79 about the right size for this radio to fit. So I may just do that. And it does have an antenna, so I don't have to worry about that. Just have to figure out how to hook it up and maybe find some speakers, buy some speakers. I don't know. Not supposed to tell friends about that. No, Ron doesn't do any welding. In fact, I don't know if he ever had. Maybe he does. Maybe. But again, that's 1,000 miles. Edward left JFK at 8, landed at Heathrow. 5 hours. Let's see. Well, you would have been gaining time, right? Okay, adjusting for time, I can see where you made it in 5 hours. That's pretty good. By time, I meant time zones. Oh, he did. I didn't know he owned a welding business. He might still do some welding. Never thought about asking him. I don't know if this, right now, what's holding the truck together is a long strap from the tow hook in the front to the rear axle. And it's cinched as tight as I can get it. And it seems to be holding. it's holding it together this way, but this way it's still kind of wanting to sag. Gas tank is constantly sagging now, or constantly dragging, almost constantly. The shroud that covers the gas tank. But see, it's a little loose from the gas tank anyways. So there's about a gap like that between the gas tank and the shroud. And the shroud is hitting the ground. 10:36. Okay, I got it. Where is it? It's 3:37 where I'm at. So, yeah, you're ahead of me. What? 8 hours now? Something like that. Edward's Lost in Time. I like George Carlin's skit from, I was back in the early 90s. He did a skit about time. It's funny. Of course, anything George does is funny. The late George. Well, that's the problem, Nancy. I'm not sure. I haven't been able to get totally crawled under it. Definitely when we were knocking rust off of it a few days ago, it was getting less and less and less. Where are you going to scrape it down to bare metal to put the gussets on? You know, it's be another 50,000 miles. You mean how slow I drive, Kyle? Yeah, it should. I could take it back out here next year without doing anything to it. I'm seriously, the truck on this trip it's been 7,000 miles since I left Belleville. I've driven it 7,000 miles. Of course, the frame didn't really totally break until a month ago. LOL, 2 floor jacks. Yeah, like rollerblades. Yeah. You know, I need to get the really thin, low to the ground floor jacks. The one I have, which is standard, which is about 4.5 inches off the ground. No, it's too tall. I can't get it under the frame. I have to have one of those real low boy ones to slide under. Or I have to jack it up a little bit in one place, put blocks under it, and then keep jacking. And finally, I can get the regular jack under the frame in the middle. But I think the easiest thing would be for somebody to get it up on a hoist. Skateboard on the gas tank. Yeah. It almost needs that. Hey, my floorboards are good. I'm not a Fred Flintstone. I've had Fred Flintstone cars in Michigan. Kyle probably has had them too. You know, I had a 59 Chevy. I bought it in 1967. Paid $80 for it. But I had to spend some time and a lot of aluminum license plates to patch the floor. On both sides, driver's side and the passenger side, the floor was rotting out. Even in the back seat on the passenger side or driver's side was rotting out. I don't know if those kids were climbing in and out of the car with salt on their boots or what. Okay, Joe, we're praying. Safe trip. If it makes it to Michigan, potholes. 2-piece truck. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, safe travels, Joe. Hope to see you before I leave Arizona. Don't know if I will. Because I'm thinking 10 straight shot to almost Waco and then south to Llano. Where's Roy? Doesn't Roy want me to scratch his ticket for him? Did he forget? So I think I mentioned this morning that Tuesday for Adult Humor Hour, that's going to be a late start because I'm working a double shift on Tuesday. I will not get out of work 5 o'clock my time, which would be 8 o'clock most of your time, 8 o'clock Eastern. So I could go live right then, right as I get out of work. We'll do comedy hour. That'll be here, I believe, right here in the same parking spot at the Circle K and in Parker, Arizona. So it's going to be a couple hours later than what you guys are used to. Oh man, I'm sorry, Lewis. I had a good friend pass away. I just found out a little over a week ago, 11 days ago. She passed away. I just found out from her husband. I don't know if there's going to be a memorial service or what. They're from Michigan, but they bought property down in Florida. In fact, their property is right next door to Traveling Robert and Ellie. Yeah, Terry's property is right next door, and they're doing the same thing with Terry's property that Robert's doing with his, putting in parking slabs for fifth wheel, motorhome, whatever, with electric, water, sewer. Anyways, Georgia, that was Terry's wife's name. What a sweetie. And unfortunately, she had a stroke and didn't make it out of it. So the only thing I can say, I was lost for words. What do I say? Yeah, everybody says they're sorry, condolences, sympathy, But I was so floored. I'm like, George is gone? What? It was like, it just kind of floored me. No, that would be John, Georgianne. Terry doesn't have any sports cars. Did I send you that one picture of John's stereo system? Oh, I know who this is. Well, say something.
Why, hello, am I on speaker?
Yeah, you are.
Why, hello, everybody. This is Holly, by golly, with your weekly laugh report. Sorry I haven't been with you the last couple weeks. My nap times are all screwed up. Anyway, let me get started here by saying, oh, excuse me, that felt good.
No, I've not been on a plane before, Edward. I had to answer his question a minute.
Anyway, I have a whole bunch for you to try and make up for some of the weeks I've missed. So I may be taking up the majority of Jack's the rest of his time today.
We don't care.
By the way, let me start out by saying I have a friend who overheard Jim Baker and Tammy Baker having a conversation where Jim Baker was admitting to his extramarital affair on a slide at a water park. And Tammy said, "Am I that
bad?" Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Okay.
You know what's worse than a wacky taxi?
What?
A crazy train. You know, in the world of dating, in the world of the dating scene, why should you avoid dating archaeologists? Their hearts belong to their mummies.
Oh, jeez. I don't know, Diane. I don't like cotton candy.
You know, if eggs are so full of cholesterol, if eggs are so full of cholesterol, why aren't all the hens dying? That's just food for thought.
Oh, food for thought. Oh, my God.
Did you ever just sit around and all of a sudden you hear a ringing in your ear? And
Yeah.
there's not a TV, there's no electric around you. Well, I did, and I figured out what it was. It's a dog blowing a human whistle.
That's a good one. Welcome aboard, Amy. Amy McFarland's here, Holly.
Hi, Amy. Hi, everybody.
There's a bunch of people here. They're all saying hi to
All
you.
right. Well, hi, everybody. I'm just going to continue on. I'm trying to make up for some of the lost weeks that I've missed.
Okay, one more thing, Holly, before you get started. Well, actually, you already did start. I was just telling the people here about. You remember Terry, right? Terry Parmenter that brought the land down in Florida.
Yeah.
Georgia passed away.
Aw.
Yeah.
My condolences.
Yep.
Aw. Oh, man. What were the first words that Adam said when God made him and he saw Eve? Oh, God, what is a headache?
Jeez.
You know how Babel has all of these apps for different languages?
It's all Greek. It's all Greek to me.
I wonder when they're going to come up with one to speak British.
I don't know. Ask Edward. He's here. Mark's not here, but Edward's here.
Hey, quit cutting it. Why do bees have such sticky hair? They use honeycombs.
Oh.
What do you call a pencil with 2 erasers on it? Pointless.
Okay.
What do you? Okay.
I can almost feel Nancy's
we were really
brain.
poor when we were young, and one day, my dad he tore out Christmas out of the calendar, and then he told me I slept right through it.
Oh, jeez.
In 1983, Congress they voted down women's rights, and all of Congress was afraid to go home. They didn't face their wives.
That reminds me of Pink Floyd, The Wall.
You know, your clothes like to get out, but they're home waiting for you. They love laundry day. That's when they get out and do their thing, and you're waiting on them.
Okay. I did find it. I found a cheap laundry.
I told Jack this one day. I think we were looking at a 69 Mustang, and he thought it was a 60. I thought it was a 69, and he told me it was a 67. Turns out he was right, and he said, "I told you so." And I said, "I didn't say." I said I thought it was. I didn't say that it was.
Oh, jeez.
What do you get when you cross a giraffe and a German Shepherd?
Oh, boy.
A really good watchdog for the 8th floor. Okay, I was watching Three's Company one day, and Janet, she was drying her underwear in the oven, right? And Jack says, "Do you smell something burning?" And Janet says, Janet says, "Oh my God, my undies are burning." And Chrissy says, "That's not too bad, but hot pants aren't in anymore."
Jeez. That probably was a real quote from the show.
Yeah, it was. That's what I said. I seen a spider. I don't like spiders. And it was walking at me. So I started pulling its legs off, right? And I got 3. And it was still coming. And then I threatened to cut off all its feet. And then it finally turned around and walked away.
What? I don't get this one.
Because I threatened to cut off its feet. So it finally turned around and walked away. The spider did.
Okay.
This guy, he was wearing a hypothermia outfit, right? And he goes to the restaurant, meets up with his buddies, and they're all razzing each other, and then one of them says, "Do you know what the difference is between you and the fry cook? The fry cook could crack an egg."
Oh, jeez.
What can you set outside and just leave there? Patio furniture.
Okay. I guess there's not too many people stealing patio furniture. But then, like the wind we had a couple days ago, was, I thought maybe my chair might have disappeared, but fortunately it didn't. But other people's stuff ended up in somebody else's campsite, I'm sure.
I had a black cat, and it got killed. It walked under a break dancer.
Oh. Okay.
I used to have a bunch of investments, but I lost all of my stocks. And then again, what should I have expected when my investment brokers were named Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe?
Right. Well, that's like me. I owned a restaurant. I sold the restaurant.
Jack, you're cutting in again.
Ouch. Well, I wanted to tell my story because you reminded me. But anyways, I opened up a clothing store, but that didn't go so well. I lost my shirt.
Okay. Well, folks, guess what? I raced right through them.
Well, we're still waiting on Roy. He guessed the featured channel this morning.
Well, anyway, that's good. Congratulations. Anyway, Earth Day's coming up again, and it made me think about last year. I had a really good Earth Day last year. I drove around with my muffler off. I was flicking my cigarette butts out the window. I hit a deer. I ran over a couple of squirrels and a beaver. A bird flew into the windshield. Don't worry, it didn't stay on it. I turned on my windshield wiper blades.
Oh, that's pretty rough, Holly.
It was a good Earth Day,
Okay.
There's these 3 bikers. They ride up to this restaurant and go in, and then little guy sitting at the island, the island bar,
Mm-hmm.
and he gets his order, and then he takes he says, just a coffee and a small stack of pancakes. His order comes, and one biker says, "Hey, Mo, it doesn't look like he puts enough sugar in his coffee, does it?" And his friend said, "No." So he adds more. Then the third one says, "Hey, Mo, doesn't look like he has enough syrup on his pancakes either." So Mo pours bunch of pancake syrup on it. Then the little guy says, well, I think I'll just leave. Then Mo says, hey, look, he doesn't know how to eat either. Then the waitress says, he doesn't know how to drive either. He just ran over 3 bikes out there.
Yeah, I've heard that. Glen, I'm in Parker, Arizona.
Parker. I had friends named Parker. Anyway, folks, phew, I flew through them. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Holly.
And I guess this is Holly by golly. Turn it back over to Captain Jack Scrapper. And, excuse me, that felt good. Peace out.
Okay.
Love y'all.
Tuesday will be 8 p.m. your time, Holly.
Okay.
All right.
Love you. Bye.
Yep. Good night.
See you then.
Bye. Yep. Some were pretty good. Some were like, what? Yeah, I like the one from Three's Company. That was good that she wrote that one down. That was worth repeating. Yep, good golly, Miss Holly. Holly by golly. Yeah, Parker, Arizona, Lynn. It's in, you probably know where it is. It's in between Quartzsite and Lake Havasu, like halfway on the Colorado River. Yeah, I get people that walk by and wave to me. They know who I am. I don't know how, but they do. Somebody else the other day said, "Oh, I know you." I'm okay, thank you. I'm glad, but who? Oh, I see you on YouTube. Okay. And just, I have more fans than I know of. So, anyways, it's kind of cool when that happens. You know, somebody says, "Yeah, I watch you on YouTube." Blah blah. Well, thank you. You know, usually, you know, you've got 11. You know, like right now, we're showing 11 on board. But does that mean that there's more? Or, you know, I mean, I can kind of guesstimate by looking at how many in chat, which, you know, I know Sonia's here with a J, and Nancy's here, and Brene, that's 3, Ringo's 4, Amy is 5. Yeah, it was. She does have some pretty good stuff, Amy. Especially when I wear my pirate hat. Okay. Yeah, she does put in the effort, Nancy. That's true. You know what gets me going is her laughing at her own stupid jokes. That gets me laughing because just her laugh is kind of contagious. Oh well. I don't know what you stepped in. This lady just used the red box to get a movie, and now she's walking funny. But it's been raining here. We got some puddles. I should be a puddle jumper. What I need is to do that skit with Tina, but she's not here. I was going to make Tina honorary puddle jumper. And she wouldn't even have to jump. She wouldn't even have to get wet. But no, she chickened out. Maybe I'll get her to do it when I get back to Belleville. Fab 4. And just ignore Benet. Yes, Amy, that is so true. Plus, blame me. I know Timmy Ray, he can't stand her, but that's okay. It's kind of my fault, but you know, when I started doing YouTube, she was like, you know, she didn't quite understand what I was doing, and she would interrupt. And finally, I said, you know, if you're going to keep interrupting, you need to be on here. Well, that shut her up for a while. But then she finally kind of like, well, I hear you singing. I hear you telling jokes. I said, how about you and I sing? She says, really? I said, yeah, I know a song that you could do perfectly. And we did it. She actually sang with me back when, let's see, Jerry Holly and James Catanese started the karaoke nights. I don't know, this is back when we used to watch Blue Wave Odyssey and do all kinds of things like that. And then eventually Keith, Slow Momentum, took it over and he was doing karaoke nights. And that was going on for hours. But yeah, Holly and I got on there and we did All in the Family theme song. You know, those were the days. And Holly she could do Edith perfectly. Those were the days. Cracked me up, but cracked everybody else up too. And you know, she was just enjoyed it. And then after that, you know, I encouraged her. You know, just don't worry about that. There's 40,000 people watching you. Don't worry about it. You know, me, I've always been kind of an extrovert. You know, I'm both. I'm extroverted when I feel like being extroverted. You know, and then there are times when I'm the lone wolf that parked clear over there by himself. Don't bother me. I'm kind of like, okay, party's on, let's party hardy. And then the next morning when everybody's still nursing their hangover, I'm already on the road gone. And I didn't have a hangover. But I left the party early too. But I know I do. I enjoy having fun. I enjoy entertaining. I don't mind being up on stage, whether I'm singing, giving a speech, or being an asshole. I thought of something this afternoon too. But then when I'm done with that, it's like, okay, bye. I've always been that way. But it's fun. It's fun, definitely is. And it has brought Holly out of her shell. And YouTube has been good for other people in that same respect. I've heard people say that they were pretty introverted until they started doing YouTube, and they found out that they weren't as introverted as they thought they were. You know, there is a little bit a little bit of ego booster, if you will, when people appreciate you performing, let's say, or maybe, you know, like Amy and I, we have blasts. We start talking about out of this world shit, you know, quantum physics and the Seven Sisters and Star Children, you name it. We'll talk about all of that. And we enjoy it, you know, and we don't mind being live doing it. We should do that again, Amy. One of these days, we got to do a collaboration. Back to my thought from this afternoon. Lily Gypsy Child was saying that I should get a couple burros to tow this truck to Texas for the eclipse. Well, I got to thinking about it. Yeah, definitely make a video about that. The 3 jackasses on the road. Oh, let's see. We got another 10 minutes to go yet. So yes, Tuesday night will be a later start, a couple hours for most of you. You know, I've been trying to be consistent with always 6 p.m. for the evening shows, 6 p.m. Eastern time. But this time on Tuesday, it's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern. Let me double check that. We're 3 hours difference. On that day, I get out of work at 5, so I'm 2 hours late. So if I start at 5, it's 3 hours plus. So yeah, 8 o'clock Eastern, even though it'll be 5 where I'm at right now on Mountain Standard or Pacific Standard Time. I don't know which one I'm on. But yeah, we should do a live together. It was a blast. Maybe we can pull other people up with us to put in their, well, inflation 12 cents worth on 420. Aha. So that's coming up April 20th. That's a month away. Let's talk more about that. You've got my email. We might even have a subject, given this we got a month to think about it. We do a special live, or maybe we'll do a normal live to regular time, but we'll be both on the screen. That's a possibility too. I like the way that Roy and Becky and Mel Nettie, and then Traveling on Adventures, and Kenny's there too. There's 4 of them on the screen on Friday nights. Then they can switch it around. But Nettie seems to have full control. She can see everybody's chat on all 4 channels. She can see, and she can do all the different things where, if she says Kenny doesn't have any pants on, boom. Or, she's in control. But yet the live stream is simulcast on the other 3 YouTube channels. So you can, the only difference that is kind of a bummer is that, let's say you go in on Earl and Terry's channel, which is Traveling on Adventures. If you go on their channel to watch the live stream and make a comment and chat, you see your own chat, of course, and you see other people that are in their chat on that channel, but you're not seeing the chat that's on the other channels. So like if Kyle's on Roy and Becky's channel and you and I are on Earl and Terry's channel, we don't see Kyle, what he said, until Mel and Nettie put it up on the screen. So it's a little bit iffy yet. Okay, you're back for the last time, Lewis? By the way, is Becky with you tonight? I know back when we were first chatting, Holly rang us up. Anyways, if you're here, Becky, hello. My buddy's birthday is 420. His daughter's is 1/1. Wow. My sister's anniversary is 1/1. But her birthday's not until 10/28. I need to call her, see how she's doing. They found another lump on her lung, so probably going to have to get radiation again. Way too confusing. I'm with you, Amy. What? Happy belated Pi Day, Amy. I had a couple people that, what? Pi Day? Yeah, Pi, P-I. 3.14. How about that? That was a couple days ago. And then, somebody else told me, let's see, 315 was the Ides of March. Terry was talking about that. Earl and Terry. Now, 316 is today. So that's, 316 means something to me. And like I know a few realtors that if you want to go see the house without having to be shown by the realtor, just type in 316 and you're in. It means John 316. So, then 17th, tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. So how do we keep it all going? Oh, George Ann just said happy St. Patty's too. That's right. I'm going to spray paint all the rocks green around my campsite. I found a rock this morning. It's a milky quartz. It's got a little bit of yellow in it too. Actually kind of brownish yellow. But from a distance, I thought, how did that bread crust blow off my table? Especially in that direction, since the wind was coming from the other direction. I'm like, did a bird pick it up and then drop it in the little roadway there? No, it wasn't a slice of bread. It was of a rock, flat rock. I kept it. I've got it in the back. But it looked just like a slice of bread from a slight distance away. It looked like a slice of bread. John 3:16. Yep. I agree with you, Diane. And I'm very grateful. And that's where I get into arguments with some people, especially Don. Poor Don. You got to be ready. I am ready. John 3:16. Well, you got. Hello. I'm ready. No, I'm not Catholic, but I'm still ready. No, I'm not Seventh-day Adventist, but I'm still ready. There. Stated my case. Yes, we're almost ready to end this. It's almost quarter after, but we can stay a few minutes longer. Roy didn't show up. So maybe Tuesday we can do Roy's ticket. Wednesday I'll be on normal time, and I promise not to get stuck somewhere. And tonight, that was the other thing I wanted to mention. I met the lady that was in my camping site. She's the reason I got stuck. But she left this morning. But I had a nice chat with her. She was on her way to Buckeye, Arizona, which is northwest of Phoenix, suburb. So I knew where it was, and we chatted about that. We chatted about a lot of things. She was a pretty interesting person. She was a holistic medicine practitioner. I thought that, she had somebody else with her. She was pulling a trailer with a pickup truck. And I'd seen her around camp, but I didn't talk to her or anything. I was either busy or, I didn't approach her. But she chatted with me, and I realized that she was solo. I thought, well, that's weird. How come when I would see that the truck was gone and she was still around her campsite taking pictures of the rainbow. We had a rainbow a couple days ago. Things like that. I thought, her husband must have went to work or went to get groceries or something. But I think the truck was parked on the other side of the trailer and I just didn't see it. But anyways, maybe I'll be heading that way in about an hour from now. Maybe my campsite's available, which is nice because I can pull the front of the truck uphill. So then the camper is level. I put the truck up at about a 15-degree angle and the camper is level. Tina's here. Where? There she is. Welcome aboard, Tina. So yeah, you adjust for weird things like that. Kind of looks like I might not be getting that truck. So maybe you're getting your wishes, Tina, that you don't want me to buy an old truck that runs beautiful. But it's because of the surety bond, because it's a classic collectible truck. They might as well be $1 million for the surety bond on it, which is not refundable by any means. And that's not insurance for driving down the road or the license plate, none of that. It's just to say to the state police or whoever that this truck is not stolen. What a bunch of, it's a racket, in my opinion. If it was a normal truck, it would only be like $200. But since it's a collectible truck, classic, they want more money. And you can't do it. I can't call up the insurance company in Sparta, Michigan and say, hey, send me a surety bond for $500. Well, if I was just calling and say, hey, I need proof of insurance for the 89 Chevy, send it to ADOT's fax machine, that'd be fine. But the surety bond, no, they want the original signed copy, which means I got to get it locally or have it mailed from Sparta down here. Well, that causes more time, more hassle. It's just a piece of shit. I still want the truck. I've got almost $300 already invested in it, although I can get that back. But, I was really on my way to owning that truck. Tits on Tuesday. What? What? Tits on Tuesday. Titillating Tuesday. I'm missing stuff. Roy's growing interest in his winning ticket. Yeah, I guess he is. I got it sitting right here for him. If he shows up in the next couple minutes, we'll do it. But I don't want to do it without him. Tits on Tuesday. Oh, my God. Oh, Kyle. Michigan Carol approved it. 79, yep. I mean, it is a classic truck, and it would be nice to have it, and it runs like a champ. Oh my gosh, it just purrs. You put your drink on the hood, just shakes a tiny bit. You could drive down the road probably, and then you not spill your drink. The engine is that quiet, or not quiet, but that smooth. Yeah, it sounds like a Harley Davidson, but it's just as smooth running as a kitten. Only has 31,000 on the engine. Just drop a handful off every week. Yeah, that's true, Kyle. Oh, and now, Tina, by the way, I went to the welding shop yesterday to see if these professional welders could give me any advice or tell me to get the hell out of their driveway. Maybe they heard me coming, because when I got there, it's 2:00 in the afternoon. They're open till 5, and there's the best welders in the whole area. Came with very high reviews on Google, blah, 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 blah. They're closed. No explanation, nothing. I called the number. I could hear the phone ringing inside the building. And I left a message, please call me, and they have not called me. And they're not open Saturday, Sunday. So Tuesday, when I go to work over on that side, that's like 6 miles from where I'm at right now. Hopefully they'll be around and I can say, hey, can you weld this temporarily? Can you make this, last a little longer? Kyle's got a possibility of a truck in Michigan that might be available. So maybe I'll be driving this thing still. Or it's, something else could happen too. Sweet trucks in Gatlinburg this weekend. Yeah, I bet. Did they have some kind of wasn't there a get together in Gatlinburg this past weekend? Kenny was talking about going somewhere on a meetup. I didn't hear about any meetups that were in the last week or two. There was a auto show last weekend? Two weekends ago. I forget where. I think over closer to Phoenix. But I was up in Lake Havasu at the time, and that's a pretty well-to-do town. And some of those guys up there, they have got some fantastic hot rods, street rods, classic cars that are in mint condition. I mean, there were some beautiful hunks of metal going down the road and expensive hunks of metal. Helen, Georgia. Thank you, Diane. I didn't know anything about a meetup. Of course, I'm not anywhere near Helen, Georgia right now. This weekend is a Corvette show. And where is that? People like Mike was one of the workers here. He's talking to somebody next to me. So anyways, that's what's going on. I'm going to go to Dollar General and get some sweets, take them to camp with me. And I'm just going to relax this evening, watch a couple movies. And tomorrow morning, I did speak with the owner of, well, the person who has the 79. And he knows about the surety bond now, and I don't know how we're going to do it. He said that he would go out to his ranch and search more for the title, which would make life so much easier if he could find the title. Because, even though it's not in his name, there's things you can do because it was his relation that passed away like 10 years ago. And 2 meetups, Indiana and Nashville next month. Okay. Well, I won't be going to those either. I'm going to be down in Llano, Texas. And depending on how things go, I'm going to stay in Llano and Waco area, Dallas, Waco, that area for a couple of weeks and try to pick up a few gigs for Circle K or whomever. There's Pepsi jobs are popping up now in San Antonio. So it's not too terribly far away. Maybe I could buzz up to San Antonio and find a place to park for a while. And Ron says I can stay at his place too in Waco. But Mooch Dock, whatever. So then I intend to be in Ohio the last couple weeks of April. Kyle's got the schedule, but I'm hoping to finally actually meet Chaos Divers. And then I'll probably be riding around on Kyle's boat, doing a little bit of filming and enjoying the time, watching the sonar screen and finding the places where the divers are going to go down on recovery missions. Gatlinburg, okay. Oh yeah. So that's looking a month out basically. Two more weeks here basically in Parker, and then head to Texas. Even if I have to have 2 other jackasses besides myself getting this camper to Llano, Texas for the eclipse at Lely's. I heard this crazy thing that campsites are going for $1,000 a night in the totality zone. The eclipse is going to last 4 minutes, and people are paying $1,000 per night. What is going on, Amy? Yeah, Chaos Divers is pretty popular. Pull the Challenger out in Pittsburgh. Yes. I intend to be there. I think that's the first one on the list, isn't it? On the list you sent me. I'll have to look back on it and see. Yeah, yeah. Amy, Kyle, my bud, he's right here. Ringo and Czar. He has a sonar boat. We've done sonar at my house on the lake, at Camp Lake. And his sonar is so sophisticated, you can differentiate, piss on the fish. There's a boulder. There's a dock. There's a car. There's another boulder. That sonar is very, very sharply delineated. It's like being on the History Channel where they're looking for something in the Bermuda Triangle. I know, it's just, yeah, it's amazing. Or that anomaly that they found. It looks like a Millennial Falcon. I think isn't that in the Baltic Sea or the Mediterranean somewhere? Brother-in-law wants the headlights and taillights. Oh my God. Is Chaos Divers are they gonna pull the whole car out? The live scope can tell you 4 or 5 spoke rims. Yeah. See what I mean, Amy? That's how sophisticated the sonar is on his boat. It looks down there. Oh yeah. Those are 4 spoke rims, not 5 or whatever. My gosh. Those aren't sticks in the front seat either. It's a skeleton. Grand Marais is here. Welcome aboard. Phil Leo, welcome aboard. I don't know if I've got to say ahoy to Sonia with a J. Sonia with a J. And I'm kind of getting ready to get off of here. I went 15 minutes longer than I meant to. Time here is almost 4:30. So we basically got 2.5 hours left of daylight. I'm not going to get any sun tanning in tonight. It's cloudy. A little bit of sprinkles still coming down. I can see sprinkles in the mud puddle next to me. Well, not mud puddle, the puddle. I don't see mud. What else am I forgetting talking? I got sidetracked on Chaos Divers. But I am looking forward to meeting them in person and doing some filming. And then I know from Pittsburgh, so I'm kind of going back to my itinerary. I'll meet up with Kyle in Pittsburgh, and then I don't know where I'm going for a week or so. And then I think of next week, and we're going to be somewhere else in Ohio. And then in May, when May comes around, then we're going to be in Detroit, 2 or 3 different places along the Detroit River. And then from there, I believe Mount Pleasant. And I think there's one more in Michigan before Chaos Divers leaves Michigan. I think I'm not positive. There might be one down by Sturgis or Battle Creek. Not positive. But I intend to be at least to the Mount Pleasant one. After all, there is a casino there where I can park. And there's one in Battle Creek, come to think of it. Yeah, well, we won't talk about the casinos. Or maybe, oh, wow. I wish you could have seen what just went by. It was a trailer load of classic trucks. And one of them was actually like a 1953 tow truck. Had the cable strapped crane type winch thing on the back of it. A hook truck, as we used to call them. And then there were several other old trucks on that trailer. Maybe they're going to a show. Yeah, there's Amy. Hi, Amy. Yeah, that's still my number. Thank you. So why am I going to Texas? For the eclipse, Carol. The path of totality goes right through Llano, Texas. That's where Lily Gypsy Child is. There's going to be, Lily says they're gearing up for like 35,000 people to be in Llano, Texas. Thank God she got the campground for us. So we don't have to worry about that. And no, we're not paying $1,000 a night. We're paying $10. 25 per night if we want electricity. We don't need electricity. For one, Lily's got enough solar to power both campers. And number two, I've been getting by. I haven't needed electricity whatsoever. The only time I was grateful for electricity was when I was still out east in Georgia and South Carolina. I'd get a campsite with electric hookup and I'd use my heater. I have an electric heater. Yeah, we could go to the Tridge in Midland. I would love to go there. I know exactly where I would start filming. From the center of the Tridge. I found out that there's 2 Tridges in Michigan. And there's Tridges somewhere else in another state somewhere. Bangor is vacation days. I got it. Okay. That was the one that was down south. I should have remembered that. I know Bangor. I've been there. Almost got fired there. There's a story behind that, a true story. Easy pull straight off the ramp. Oh, okay. Van Life Rock, how long staying in Texas? He says he's flying in, flying out, just hours. Wow. I wonder where he's going. Fredericksburg is real geared up for it too. Fredericksburg's a big tourist town as well as Llano. But you figure Llano's about 5,000 people normally. And now there's going to be, 35,000 more. Lily says, the stores, the gas stations, they're all going to get wiped out with this influx of people. You won't have to. Yeah, Carol, it is so cool. Go to M24 Facebook page and you'll see a picture of it. It's on there, the Tridge. It's a drone shot of the Tridge. I never heard of it. I've lived in Michigan pretty much my whole life, and now the Tridge, I thought it was a Photoshop thing. It's like, hey, okay, come on. The Tridge. No, it's real. Yes, it's a pedestrian bridge, but still, it's cool. The Tridge. This is that web. It's I don't know if they're a Facebook page or web page, but the title's always, you're from Michigan when or if, and they had the Tridge that's been featured. This morning I noticed they had an aerial shot of the Mackinac Bridge, and definitely not photoshopped. It shows the whole length of the bridge from the lower peninsula to the upper peninsula, 5 miles. And it's a very, very cool aerial shot, especially given the different colors in the water and everything. But yeah. In fact, I made the comment, here's one for you folks. It's not photoshopped. I thought the Tridge was. Yeah, 3 spans, Phil. Yeah, it comes together in 3. It's like a 3-way intersection in the middle of the bridge. It's cool. Midlands is a dumping ground for stolen goods, and Tridge looks good for sonaring. It might be. Hell, Tridge is a 3-compartment refrigerator. Gelato, beer, tequila, and vodka. Good one, Phil. You never know what you might find. But they're supposed to be, I think it's in Brighton. Brighton, Michigan also has a tridge. Don't know where at in Brighton. It's kind of a bigger area, suburb of Detroit. But um, wow, you guys got me sidetracked and wandering. Eric will be with us. Doug's also working on being there. So now these are people I honestly don't know, but I'm guessing they're part of the Chaos Diver team. Margie's here. Good afternoon, evening. Yes. We're talking about the Tridge in Midland, Michigan. It was, I don't know, somebody posted it on the M24 page, because it's a Michigan attraction. Actually, it's not all that far when we're camped at Merrill at Lake of Dreams Campground. Maybe we should think about taking I don't know, a couple carloads and drive up to Midland to walk the Tridge. It'd be fun. You too, Tina. Oh, yes, she's got the link there. Thank you. Thank you. Sooner or later sounds good. Good one, Phil. That's a good one. Sooner or later. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to riding on the Sonar boat, which is Kyle's boat. I've been on it before. We were freezing to death. Now at least it'll be warm weather. Yeah, we were on Camp Lake right around the 1st of April of last year, and we were cold. But it was cool. Looking at that sonar screen and seeing how it just pops up at you. Like, yeah, I can tell that that's a bridge or that's a boat, a sunken boat. I could see all this stuff underwater. Pretty neat. And then, you can mark it with a buoy. Most people use milk jugs. I mean, they mark the sunken ship out on Lake Superior by pictured rocks. You know what the buoy is? It marks where you got to go to show people the sunken boat. A milk jug. You think they'd use something really sophisticated with bells on it and stuff like that? No, that's a milk jug. That's okay, Phil. We love your corny silliness and your silly corniness too. I'm back to what I really like about live streaming is the chat. People are having their own conversations more or less. I just every now and then say something. It doesn't take much. I'm easily amused. The Marina Saloon near me has the restrooms labeled buoys and gulls. Yes, I seen that as well down in, I think it was in Pensacola. It was right along the Gulf anyways, and there was a stopping point. It was perfect because I got to use the buoys bathroom. I didn't check out the gulls. I know Troy would like me to, and Tina always, does filming from the girls' bathroom, but I didn't. I chickened out. But when I went into the buoys bathroom, there's a guy laying on the floor. And I realized, homeless, whatever, he was camped out in the bathroom. He had his backpack there, and he's kind of grunted when I said, "Whoa, are you okay?" And he, well, I don't know if he was drunk or just sleeping or both. At least he was in front of the sinks, not in front of the urinals. Good at pick rock, no sonar, and still found shipwrecks. Yeah, that's very true. We did. We didn't have, well, we had the fish sonar on your son's boat. it was good for knowing how deep the water was. That's although it still fooled us when we were actually trying to swim at the pictured rock, the one that everybody sees the picture of on the advertising. It was a lot deeper than what it looked. A porpoise is labeled like that. I had a poem. I don't know what became of it. It was all about why are ships named she? And something about when they come into harbor, they immediately head for the buoys. And there's other purposes as to why they're called she names. And that's kind of a misnomer that all ships have female names. Unless I'm missing something. Is Edmund Fitzgerald, is that a female name? Okay. I thought you were something. Oh my goodness. We do love Phil. He keeps Nancy on her toes. he'll get Nancy going, and we'll be on here till another couple hours. Commercial fisherman and whoops, got to pop up in the way. He was a commercial fisherman. Firefighter received a massive iron anchor the size of a car and thousands of pounds from the 1800s outside the marina. That's cool. Kyle carries a grappling hook on his boat, just in case we see a cache of returnable cans or something. Bring it to Havasu. Yeah, we could do that. We're actually been kind of in the back scratching of our mind. We got Beaver Island we're thinking about this year. I'll probably be in charge of taking Kyle's truck and the bus over to Beaver Island so we can live in the bus, save on motel bill, and we don't have to worry about an RV camping bill because we can mooch dock at Brian's because he owns property on the island. And then we still got, and I'm sure Kyle can take the boat across. I think he knows how. Might have to pay for dockage. So I don't think Brian has his own dock. But depending on how close he is to the water, we can anchor it offshore. I don't see any problem there. So then on our spare time, we can goof around with the boat, or we can also take the truck to Donegal Bay. There's all kinds of things we can do on Beaver Island, including hunting beaver. Well, maybe not Brian. He's married now. Still in the planning approval stages. Okay. We should go anyway, just to raise hell. But then, we talked about doing a return trip to Pictured Rocks and the log slide and go closer to Grand Marais this time. We never really made it to Grand Marais, so that'd be fun too. Beaver on Cody's boat would be a beaver boat. Okay. Tremendous winches on the commercial diesel boats that pull up nets. Yes. We saw some monster winches at the Coast Guard Festival in Grand Haven. It was amazing. I mean, we're talking, holy cow. Amazing winches, derricks. Timmy Ray, welcome aboard. I was impressed. The Coast Guard cutters. And they had them all, on display. I mean, we didn't, but we could have. gone ashore and then gone aboard a couple of the different Coast Guard vessels that were anchored there in the harbor at Grand Haven. It was pretty cool. Roy and Becky, finally. So Roy, is this satisfactory? A lucky dog scratch off ticket for you. For those of you who don't know what's going on, a operating winch can make anything happen. Just saying. Yeah, you know, on the show yesterday, Friday night with friends, somebody said, one of the questions was, what are you most afraid of? And I said, biker chicks. But you know, you get a biker chick as a winch, operating a winch, we could just go on and on. Let's get hooked on W's. It's gonna be a while before we get to the W's. We're still on porpoise and poppies and popping peas on Wednesday. We're still doing the peas. All right. Project number 3 on the water for this homeowner building. Yeah, cool. Yeah, okay. Hey, you know what? I'm starting to like smaller camper style of cruising around the world, or the United States, anyways. Maybe I'll make you a deal on a schoolie. Maybe synchronicity will find a new home. All right. Do we have a lucky quarter in here? No, but we'll do a penny. You're afraid of little bitty women because you're afraid you'll hurt them. One neither here van reportedly pull 1,000 pounds. Another hair van. 50 grand ought to do it, yeah. Well, you know, by the time you pay the taxes on these crazy things. All right, well, here we go. The first, it's all bones. And like Linda this morning, she got a dog house and won $40. Then if you get a paw, you win twice the prize that's shown below the bone. Other than that, it's just black and white photos of different types of dogs. So here we go. The first one is a black lab, looks like to me. And the next one is a German Shepherd or a Corgi. Kind of hard to tell. And then the next one looks like a pug. I'll show you in a minute. And then there's, I don't know what that one is. It's got big ears. And not sure, some kind of terrier, I think. So there's 15 total things. We got 10 more to go. So far, no winner. A dirt talk with friends on Saturday. Well, I got to go get my camping site after we get this done. I want to make sure I get it. Camper splitting from the cab. You're right, Con. All right. Another doggy. Kind of looks like a Chihuahua. Maybe a Chiweenie. There's a Dachshund. And not sure what that is. Might be a boxer. And a Dalmatian. And I don't know what that dog is. All right, 5 more. Let's hope we get lucky. That's kind of a terrier. almost a Scotty. That looks like a Labradoodle. And a Beagle. And one of those dogs. They usually one side's white and the other side's black. I don't know. X-rated talk. Wait, save it till Tuesday, Timmy. By the way, Timmy, it's going to be a little later on Tuesday night. It's going to be 2 hours later than normal because I have to work. All right, Roy, it's all dogs. So, no winner. But hey, it was a try. And yes, you are always a winner. Everybody is on this show. But unfortunately, that one didn't win actual money. So, all right, I am going to call it. I went almost 2 hours. Well, not 2 hours. Hour and 45 minutes, and that's good. Look forward to seeing you Tuesday night. As said, I'm going to be a little later on Tuesday. Rather than 6 p.m. Eastern, it'll be 8 p.m. Eastern. So, Timmy, your time will be 7 p.m. Is when we'll do adult humor hour. Who knows? Maybe Tina can make it this time around. Well, there's a pop-up. I just see she said something. Yep, see everyone later. See you too, Tina. Thank you for being aboard. But yeah, we'll see what happens on Tuesday night. Maybe Tina and I can be on stage together. Not even enough for a new strap of the truck. We'll get them next time. You're right there, Roy. And then Wednesday night, of course, back to normal time for the Why Do We Say It, where we do the scratch offs and word games and sentences and all that. So, all right. Grand Ray, we want Tina. We want Tina. I hear you. Yes, we do. Yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. And for those of you who are traveling around, please be safe out there. Happy trails to you. And for you pirates like me, happy sails. I had a song I was going to sing. What was it? Something to do with a featured channel. Nobody even tried to guess, hardly. Well, we'll save that channel, the van life person, for next Saturday at noon. Or the morning show, however you want to say it. They want Timmy. Okay, Timmy. All right. We shall see you soon. Meanwhile, fair winds and smiles. Come on. You can do that easily. I got angels on my shoulder. And all of you are praying for me, I know. Thank you. So, smiles. And, of course, may God bless. Thank you for being aboard tonight, ladies. Good night. I don't know, Phil.